Hello and welcome back to Fake Gamer Bro Games of the Week, and we are joined by Justin once again. Hello, Justin.
Hello, we only have 10 minutes. We don't have time for this, Jax. Let's get into it.
I don't know.
What are you playing?
Yeah, we have so much to talk about. Like, what's been up with the tower lately, Justin?
The tower just had another major upgrade. We've got guilds now, and everybody is upset because until now this was a single-player game. But nobody in this game knows how to do math because it takes 22 out of 30 guild members to be doing their daily stuff in order to get, not even daily, to be doing their weekly tasks that they've already been doing by playing the game to get maximum results. It's absurd. You don't need to like be relying on everybody. It's dumb. It's easy. It's easy to get maximum results.
You say that, but Capybara Go has guilds, and I am in one. I joined someone else's that has 19 members in it, and I am one of two, maybe three people who are active. There were more people active whenever I first joined, and the leader quit, so now I'm the leader. So,
then it's your job to kick out inactive members.
I can have 30 members in here. I have 11 slots left and no one's joining. So I can kick inactive members. I just don't see the point if I don't need to make room for them, you know?
I don't know, do better marketing. Recruit people.
Yeah, that's true. I need to spend all of my time marketing for a Capybara Go guild. But I thought...
I'm glad we agree.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe after like the guild hype dies down, well, not the hype, but like the newness of it, and where I just think it's going to be harder to get 22 people out of 30 to be weekly active in a guild. I think it's just going to lead to a lot of dead guilds.
Yeah. I mean, if people stop playing, whatever. There's no like guild competition, so there's no like top guild that everybody's vying to join or whatever. It's pretty, it still feels like a very solo game.
Okay, that does make it better with no like guild competition.
Yeah, there's no guild competitions. It's literally just a way to introduce another new resource, two new resources actually to the game. And there's a new element. You now have a guardian. It's a little thing that flies around your tower. After you're in a guild for a week, you'll have enough points to buy it. And it can do a bunch of different things. It can attack guys as like a second tower that's a little bit less effective. It can give you like shields. It can steal coins and cash and currencies from nearby enemies. Like, it can do a lot of stuff. It's just all it is just like another bump to player power.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't you say there was another change with how the weekly, or it's like bi-weekly events were going?
Yes. So, there's been bi-weekly events since Jax and I started playing this game, where every day for the first week of it, 2 new like missions or objectives are revealed. And for a while it was, the same for everybody had the same missions and objectives and stuff. Now, since not this major update, but it was a smaller one before it, it's completely random. Like, Jax and I were comparing, and like, oh, I don't have this one that you... And so, every 2 is completely random, like, from a pool now. And they added a bunch more things that could be in the pool. They took away some that were, like, absurd to get. And there's also 2 more to start, so you actually have more objectives to complete, and can get more currency from it, so you can get those medals faster and buy stuff faster. It's, again, a straight upgrade.
I thought you were saying that there was like some new rune or something that no one would be able to get unless they like bought the thing
right.
to let you get more currency.
Yes, so there has always been an option to pay them $15 every 2 weeks. Not as like a recurring subscription. You have to actively do it each time, and it doubles the amount of medals that you get. There are now 2 other relics which are permanent boosts that are locked behind this paywall now. And since most of the relics that you get in this game are from these bi-weekly events, it means that if you're willing to shell out $15, effectively $30 a month to them, then you're getting double these permanent bonuses as people who aren't playing. And it's going to make the gap between people who are paying for the game and the people who aren't paying for it bigger.
Yeah, that's an insane thing. I mean, just like $30 a month for this stuff is already wild. But
yeah, it's a lot.
That sucks. But at least the other stuff has just been like net positives.
Yeah. And this is still a net positive. It's not taking away something that existed and putting it behind a paywall. It's just putting something new behind a paywall. I don't like that it's such a huge increase. It's literally double. And so far from what we've seen, the paid ones haven't been like better or worse or anything like that. They seem like they're drawn from kind of the same pool. But yeah. It is slightly more pay to win, but again, this is a mostly single player game, so it doesn't honestly matter that much.
Yeah, that's fair. I know in Capybara Go, people are freaking out a little bit about just like last week or something, they made some big changes to where like before you had like one mount that you rode on and it was it. Like it had its own like little skills and stuff you could do, but it was just the one mount. And then now you can basically equip 3 mounts that will now also have a real skill they can do, but they also have their own health bar and can die and then have the new. And then, God, they could die, and then they can, like, the other one will come up and use a skill, and a third one will come up and use a skill, and you can revive them and stuff. So, but it, like, and people are like, oh, well, now your pets can die. I'm like, you don't understand what's happening. They're doing more than what they could before. All the passive bonuses are still there. It's just now they have an extra skill that they can do until they die, but they can still be revived throughout the thing, potentially. And it's kind of similar. There's also a new artifacts thing where now you can equip multiple artifacts that will each have their own skill. And it just immediately gave me a bump in like a bunch of the different places. So people were making a big deal of it, but it's actually like, again, it's like a net positive. Like it literally, like everyone gets this. It doesn't take anything away. It doesn't make anything. It makes things easier. Actually, they've been doing some other little updates to make things easier, which is nice. It also has like a lot of like pay this weekly, pay this monthly, pay all this shit, which I'm probably going to talk about more at another time. But yeah, no, it was a pretty big update, which I guess it only came out in November, so there's still time for them to figure shit out and add new features like that, balance it better.
Yeah.
But I am deep into it. I'm looking up guides all the time. Unfortunately, my biggest complaint, having gotten this far in Capybara Go, is every week there will be a new sort of like growth event where it's like, okay, well, spend all of this currency to upgrade your mounts, and you will get stuff depending on how much of the currency you spend. And then like the next week it'll be like, yeah, open a lot of eggs, and then stuff like that. So that makes it optimal to hoard all of those resources until that growth event comes out again, because it's every 3 weeks. It's on a standard cycle, which means that you are just ignoring getting upgrades on a thing for 2 weeks until the event comes around where it's optimal to then like offload it all and get all those updates and suddenly like bump yourself up. But it just makes the rest of the time like that much slower. And there's just like other things where it's just like, oh yeah, well, you should save up to have 500 coins for this. I'm like, okay, well, I got like 100 and something this event that I just can't use because it's optimal to get to the 500 to like get the thing or whatever. So those are some issues with that. But I'm still having fun overall. I'm a little too into the weeds in it, TBH.
Look, I'm looking at the wiki for the tower so much, and